Hey Gray family, Pastor Jason here in our socially distanced sanctuary. You can see behind me, but this is what social distancing means in this day and age. So it doesn't look right, does it? It doesn't look like home. Well, even if it doesn't look like home, it is. And I know for many of us, we are so excited and hungry for a chance to get back together. So I want to share with you some exciting plans from our church council. Now, first thing we need to know is reopening a church in a pandemic, it's much more complicated than closing a church. We all wish that it was as simple as opening the doors and jumping back into our familiar routine, but it's just not. Just like other businesses and organizations, our church has extensive guidelines and recommendations from the CDC, from our insurance company, and from the South Georgia Annual Conference that we must follow so that we can make sure that we're loving our neighbors as ourselves. And like so many churches, we want to make sure that we don't open to have to turn around and close the doors again due to an outbreak. That's happening for a lot of churches, unfortunately. Here's the good news though. Just because we can't say yes to everybody and everything right now, doesn't mean that we have to say no to everybody and everything. Your church council has been staying up to date with the data regarding the spread of COVID-19 and the guidelines for faith communities to have reasonable risk gatherings. And we've decided, church council and I, that we can responsibly hold an outdoor service on June 14th at 9 a.m. And we'll do that in the field behind the church office. Now, let me answer a few questions for you. First of you, I know some of you will ask this. Will the live stream service still be available if I'm not comfortable coming to a service yet? Yes, absolutely it will. We're committed to doing that and doing that at a high quality. So if that's the best option for you and your family, please take advantage of it. And if you want to gather people in your home and do a house church there with our service, we encourage that as well. Well, why outside instead of inside? There are a lot of reasons for that. Here's two big ones, right? And maybe the first one is the biggest one. We want to be able to sing. We are singing people and we miss singing together. And when we get together to sing, we want there to be as little risk as possible. Based on the data and the guidelines that have been given to us by the CDC and also the South Georgia Conference, indoor singing by a congregation, a choir, or a worship team creates an extremely high-risk environment for spreading the virus. In fact, many cases of churches becoming an infection point can be traced back to singing together. And that means that if we meet indoors, well, it wouldn't really feel like church because we wouldn't be singing. And that's hard to imagine. But if we meet outdoors, just like camp meeting days, well, if we do that and socially distance, then we can sing. Another reason is that to be properly distanced in the Family Life Center, as you see, we could only seat 125 people, which means we would have to offer a lot of services and we'd have to do it with a reservation system, not to mention sanitizing all the chairs, all the bathrooms, and all the surfaces in between all of these services. It would be a lot when we could simply meet outside together and sing. Why 9 a.m.? That's kind of early. Well, it's June in Georgia. That's why 9 a.m. But the field behind the office is going to be sprayed for mosquitoes and no-see-ums, so in the morning it should be pleasant out there. Yeah, it might get a little bit warm, but bring some sweet tea, bring a water bottle. You can even bring your pop-up tent and tailgate for Jesus if you want to do that. And please, 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 dress like you're outside in Georgia in June. Don't wear church clothes. Come comfortable and cool. For me, I'll probably be wearing flip-flops, just like Jesus. Now, how long will we do this for? Some things we can't answer. And right now, we have no idea how long the recommendations will last regarding indoor singing. So if the 14th goes well, and we pray that it does, the church council voted to keep doing an outdoor service until it either gets too hot to do it or the guidelines change and we can start singing indoors together again. And remember, an outdoor service with singing, it will feel so much more like church than anything that we can do inside right now. Who can attend? Anyone who feels comfortable attending. We do strongly suggest that until our governor lifts the shelter-in-place order for those who are 65 and older and those who are medically vulnerable, until that order is lifted, we do suggest that you stay home and take advantage of the live stream service. Again, that's there for you on YouTube and Facebook every single week. Will there be a nursery or childcare? Unfortunately, no. And we, believe me, with little kids, I know and Kristen knows, that's very difficult. But no, we're not going to be offering nursery or childcare until our kids return to school and we have a better idea of what's really happening with this virus. So that does mean that your children will need to sit with you and you'll need to keep them with you. But if you need to bring something to entertain your children, that's perfectly fine. And I'm going to be talking to them till the service as well because I want them to feel included. Okay, so then how will the morning go? Well, the service itself will start a little bit after 9 a.m. And we ask that you park in the gravel lot by the Family Life Center. While distancing, and please do that, walk from your cars and come to the field behind the church. Have your blankets, have your folding camp chairs, whatever you want to bring. And in that field, we're going to have flags marking places. And we want you to take your family, your group, and go gather around a free flag. Now, in doing that, you'll need to go to the farthest away flag so that we can still maintain social distancing. Remember, that's one of the things that makes this type of gathering possible is our commitment to doing social distancing. Now, as you get to your places, we get everybody seated. We're going to worship together around singing, around praying, around the scriptures, other things we're going to be able to do as well. But it will be so good to be together. Now, little minor inconvenience. The service itself is probably just going to be about 45 minutes though, so most of us can handle it. We will not be opening the buildings for the bathrooms, so please make sure your family takes care of that before you come. And the main reason why, all the requirements that we have to follow for sanitizing the space once people come into it and once the bathrooms are used. There's no safe way for us to monitor that right now. So please use the restroom before you come. Now, after the event, we'll dismiss everybody in an orderly fashion. We're not going to be in a hurry to do that because we know people want to be able to talk. But again, please maintain distancing. We're going to have masks there for anybody who wants them. Being outdoors, we're not going to require anybody to wear masks. If you want to, though, it's perfectly fine. And we will have that for those who would like them. And again, with any outdoor event, there's the biggest question. What's our plan if it rains? Well, if on Saturday evening we see a very high chance of rain, then we'll call the service. And what that means is in your homes, take advantage of the live stream option. If it were to start raining or lightning unexpectedly during the service, then we would just cancel the service and we would go home because with our guidelines, it's not as easy as just run inside the building. But good news, June 14th, we get to see each other's faces. I don't have to just preach at a camera anymore, and we can sing God's praises together. I'm so excited to gather with you then. Share this, get it out, and invite a friend. Take care. God bless.